Hello, in this session we'll discuss about what is clustering. So it's clustering, as it says, it's organizing data into clusters such that there is high intra-cluster similarity and low inter-cluster similarity. So it's basically like grouping a set of data into various sections. So it's about grouping set of data into various sections. So sometimes you want to have a particular set of data given and we have to group those data, see which data is connected together or which data goes together. So you have to have various sections. So let's see with an example. So what is natural grouping among these objects? So we have a set of people or characters. Now we see what is the natural grouping. So clustering is about grouping. So if we do the cluster, so clustering is subjective, so it depends on person's perspective. So with family, you can see family members are in one box, school employees in another box. So that's one way of clustering. Another way of clustering is females in one box and males in another. So you have various ways of clustering. So what is clustering? So when you have clusters, so when you divide, you can see with the, if you have, let's say if you have divided into three sections, let's say section A, section B, section C. So all the items in section A will have high similarity. Within the cluster there is high similarity. So that's what it's called, high intra-cluster similarity. But if we say cluster A and cluster B items, you might not see such similarity. So that's why it's a low inter-cluster similarity. So between clusters, low similarity. Within a same cluster, high similarity. So that's why it says high intra-cluster similarity and low inter-cluster similarity. So informally, clustering is finding the natural groupings among objects. So why clustering? So why you need clustering in machine learning and artificial intelligence? So organizing data into clusters provides information about internal structure of data. So we want to have an idea about the internal structure of data. So when a particular data set is given or the data available, so we want to see what we can derive from those data. So what information is given from data? So see the intelligent contribution to the data. So organizing data into clusters provides the information about internal structure of the data. So it shows the internal structure about data. So sometimes the partitioning is the goal, image segmentation, so knowledge discovery, underlying rules, and so on. So we have several ways of clustering. One is unsupervised clustering. So clustering methods are unsupervised learning techniques. So we have, in machine learning, we have various learning approaches. So in machine learning, it is a branch of it is a subset of artificial intelligence. Machine learning will have various sections of learning, supervised learning and unsupervised learning. So the clustering methods are unsupervised learning techniques. The clustering methods fall into the category of unsupervised learning. So we do not have a teacher that provides examples with their labels. So in contrast with the supervised learning, we always have to give the label saying, okay, this is into this category, this is into this category. So you have supervised learning, and once a new item is given, it classifies to the category. So that is supervised learning. But here in unsupervised learning and clustering, so it's not like that. So you don't need a teacher to do that, or you don't need to be you don't need to have labeled data. So when you have unlabeled data, so clustering plays an important role. Clustering methods are unsupervised learning techniques. So we discussed about the natural grouping, so it's subjective. So in next session we will discuss about k-means clustering. So that's the end of this session.